And now let's cross live to the State Sports Centre in Sydney, where the third women's hockey test between Australia and Korea is less than an hour away. And joining us at Homebush is the new Australian coach, Rick Charlesworth. Hi Rick, how are you?
Well, thanks Karen.
Another second half comeback planned today?
Well, let's hope that we don't find ourselves behind at half time. It's a little bit disturbing, that.
You wouldn't have spent that much time with the girls though. This is your first series since the Olympic Games and your first as coach.
Yeah, I've only been in the job sort of full time for 6 weeks now, and indeed we only had 4 or 5 days before these matches started. But I think that we're taking this opportunity to test many of the players. We have a different group that we're taking off to Japan next month, and I'm hopeful that during the next couple of months we'll get a good idea as to where we're going and who we want.
OK, we've got some vision of the first test from Wednesday night, a 3-3 draw in the end, but at half-time it was 3-0 up for the Koreans. You must have had a few worries at half-time.
Yeah, well, one never likes to be down by 3 goals at half-time. I think that we hadn't played as poorly as the score indicated, but certainly it was quite a difficult period, and it's something that I found an unpleasant experience, if you like.
Would it be right to say, Rick, though, you've been using this test series as some type of experimentation training ground for the girls after such a long break from Barcelona?
Yes, well, about 10 of these girls were in Barcelona, so many of them hadn't played for a long, long time, and of course the new players are finding their feet in international hockey. So from that point of view, we'd had a long break, and it wasn't unexpected that we perhaps were a bit rusty at the start. I think what we found out very quickly was that the tempo of practice matches and club games is a little bit different to international matches.
Sure, yesterday, of course, again, it was the Koreans that struck first. They were 1-0 up at the half-time break. Australia coming back to take it 2-1. You changed the lineup. Were you happy with the side you had yesterday?
Yes, we had, again, a different team, and we've got a different lineup today, and we're really having a look at some of these players and, in a sense, not trying to coach too much, give them an opportunity to play and see what they can do, rather than trying to change them or spend our time substituting and looking for the perfect formula. That's a long way off before we really get into that sort of situation when we're trying to actually win tournaments. Here we're trying to I suppose, develop a team.
So what are the major changes that you have made for this afternoon's test match?
Well, we have a young New South Wales girl, Melanie Dempster, playing only her second match. She played yesterday, playing at centre half. It's a big ask for her. We have a couple of seasoned players who are injured, so she gets her chance to play there. And we're also playing Jenny Morris, who's been quite promising over the last couple of days as a halfback. She's generally played as a fullback, so I think that that's a little bit experimental and a bit risky.
Oh, I think you're getting a bit wet there, Rick. There's 2 new surfaces. They're watering down the pitches behind you. Sorry about that. We'll provide an umbrella next time. The 2 new surfaces there, are you happy with those? Yeah,
I think the surfaces are outstanding, and we certainly can't complain about them. We didn't expect that they would start watering until now, but I think they waited until we were on air, and then they decided they'd turn the sprinklers on.
And Juan Antonio Samaranch was out at Homebush this morning. Did you get the chance to meet him?
Yes, both of the teams were out here, and we had the opportunity to meet the great man. He had a look at the facilities here, and I don't think he could help but be impressed with the quality of the facilities for hockey. Certainly they're as good as anything in the world, and I think when he would have seen the other facilities, then Sydney's chances for the year 2000 wouldn't have suffered at all.
Well, we'll cross our fingers on that one. How do you see our chances this afternoon, 4:30, the kick-off time?
Well, I'm hoping we're going to be ahead at half-time and ahead at the finish, and that would be a much more pleasant experience for me as a coach. I don't think it'll be easy because the Koreans are well motivated, and they're very fit and skillful. And so from that point of view, for those who want to come and see some good hockey, it's on here this afternoon.
Thank you very much. The new coach of the Australian women's hockey team, Rick Charlesworth, at the State Sports Centre in Sydney. And that game, as we said, starting at 4:30. Time now.